Hello and welcome to the final broadcast of Sacramento 2009. I'm Jen Kirk.
I'm Lincoln Jesser.
And I'm Emily Morris. One of our state's most pressing issues today is improving our public education system.
Matt reports on what the Board of Education is doing in this regard.
Good afternoon. More than 2,000 delegates took over the Capitol this weekend. However, only a select few took part in the Board of Education. They wrote proposals and added new ways of life to our education. Here are their stories.
Today we're doing our proposal presentations. So basically we each came up with a proposal and now we're presenting it to the Board of Education.
And the board is one kid from each group that gets to go up there and we get to propose in front of them.
Our proposal is on a life skills class, so we're trying to implement to have it be a graduation requirement to have a life skills class mandatory. Basically our class just has to do with like personal finance and like writing resumes and job interviews.
Voting.
Yeah.
Voting and child preparedness and growing up.
Our proposal is making sure that there's a posted Bill of Rights of all the students for every school, every public high school, and I'm pretty sure that everyone will be happy with the results and it will have no fiscal impact. So.
And like for ours, if we post a student Bill of Rights in every school classroom, then the kids or students will know what their rights are and what they have, so they can't get in trouble for things that they would have gotten in trouble before if they knew their rights.
And our motto is rights, not rules.
Now, do you guys think it's beneficial or hurts the program that there's not as many delegates in the Board of Education as there is, say, in the Senate or Assembly?
I think it's beneficial just because we're a smaller group, so we can work better together. And
we all know each other really well, so we can all work really good together.
The Board of Education actions not only affect us delegates, but they affect all students in all walks of life and all parts of California. Well, once again, I'm Matthew Arkfeld, and for the last time, back to Jen, Emily, and Lincoln in the studio. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks, Matt. Next, Margarita and Emily give us an inside look into the culmination of youth and government trial attorneys in jury trial.
We're here at the courthouse where the culmination of the jury trial program is taking place. I'm Emily.
And I'm Margarita.
Here with KYNG TV with the story. The final case of the week takes place in 3 different courtrooms with different justices, attorneys, witnesses, and juries. The final case is a murder case. The story being that 2 married gay men whose guest, one of the men's ex-lover, is murdered.
The purpose of this trial is to discover the murderer. The husband of the man whose ex-lover is killed is the main suspect. During the trial, the defense attempts to clear any notion that the husband murdered the guest. The prosecution attempts to prove that he is guilty. Each side calls up a witness chosen by the attorneys to testify the sides of their stories. The jury makes sure to pay close attention as they have a key role in deciding the fate of the suspect.
The attorneys make sure to pay close attention and are prepped with an opening statement and questions for the witnesses. A legitimate model of court, jury trial has had a successful week and a great ending to SAC. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Margarita and Emily. Jen, have you noticed any difference in treatment regarding girls in the dress code?
You know what, Emily? I think I have. Have you, Lincoln?
No, not at all.
Oh, well, let's see what Marquita has to say.
Have you read the new rules? Has Secretary gone too far? With the recent controversy floating around about what's Y-appropriate, do the new rules allow for bias? Ties versus tights. The new rules state that patterned or fishnet nylons or tights are not business attire and is a question of style. Even the simplest flower design is not allowed. Reading the business dress code causes you to question the fairness of the new rules. While male ties are able to have any appropriate design or print, women's fashion is constantly being restricted due to these old-fashioned rules and stereotypical standards. Fashion changes all the time. Delegates argue that Secretary is a little out of date. It's a little biased, and it's a bit sexist. It may be time to reevaluate our rules. It's 2009, not 1950. There's room for sexy in business. There's space for fashion and SAG. Let's get with the program.
Speaking of tights, the press was tight on the trail of Governor A.J. Blumenfeld earlier this morning at his press conference.
Jeremy and Sudana have the scoop.
Good afternoon, I'm Jeremy Pearl.
And I'm Sudana Medrano.
Reporting from the Governor's office. As of February 25th, 4 bills have been signed by Governor A.J. Blumenfeld. One bill that he went more in depth to about was a bill about euthanasia.
One bill Governor Blumenfeld was particularly fond of, dealing with prisoners the right to vote, if only on parole, and first-time offenders.
I have with me the bill sponsors in both the Senate and the House on either side of me. We're happy that they could be here, and they are from the Ventura delegation. And I am now pleased with them here to sign SB 270 into law. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I now have the pleasure of announcing the first bills that have been signed into law through the 61st Model Legislature in Court. The first of which was SB 220, which allowed for teacher reviews of school boards to be initiated by student petition. Signed SB 210, which required a better use of insecticide agramec when using apiaries of bees. SB 258 will allow prisoners to donate their organs.
The euthanasia bill, don't you think there's a possibility of abuse or maybe not the right idea of how it could be used?
Sure, I think that's always a possibility. I think though that those abuses are all on their own illegal, and as long as they remain illegal, that I don't think there's any unreasonable I don't think there's an unreasonable expectation upon people to obey those laws.
As we approach the end of our Sacramento trip, all the hard work that the lobbyists and politicians put into is finally paying off with the signing of the bills.
Sarah has more.
Hi, I'm Sarah Haddam, just outside of the governor's office where A.J. Blumenfeld just signed his first 4 bills.
So you guys just got your bill signed. How do you feel?
Really excited.
Yeah,
really
great.
Put a lot of hard work into it, so it's really nice to have it passed.
And what exactly was your bill about?
It was about basically protecting bees from an insecticide called agramec, and it was basically giving a buffer zone of time between spraying the insecticide and then waiting about 2 weeks to a month, and then letting the bees back out so they can pollinate the crops or flowers or stuff like that.
So you just got your bill signed. How do you feel?
It feels awesome. I mean, there was a lot of hard work going into it, so I feel great.
And what was your bill about?
It was about having students start a petition to have a teacher go under mandatory school board review, and then if that review deems the teacher not adequate, they can be fired or suspended.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So you just got your bill signed. How do you feel?
I feel excellent. I mean, we put a lot of hard work into this bill, and I think it's going to go very far. My bill is about text messaging the police. It was very exciting. It's very good because it's a bill that funds itself, and it makes it possible for the deaf community to text the police or anybody that's in a hard situation.